Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from the Gateway Pundit. Now, this was published on November 6th. It's written by Cassandra Fairbanks. And we've got the mayor of Philly, Kenny, I believe is his name. Yeah, Kenny. Telling Trump to put on his big boy pants and concede. Okay. Oh, everything's legit. Nothing to see here. He's lost. And there's all this shady shit going on in Philly. They're ballots are getting, are coming out of, just appearing in thin air. They've got, people pulling them out of their asses, just boxes of ballots and shit like that. Just really shady shit. And he's telling Trump to put on his big boy pants, don't concede the election, don't take this to court. Just be like all these other presidents, like Jimmy Carter in this. And then he brings up Al Gore and it's like, hey, asshole, didn't Al Gore fight shit to the Supreme Court with Florida? Oh, that's right, he did. Didn't the DMC do that with him? Oh, that's right, they did. You want him to just roll over, though, and then after he's rolled over, bend over and take it up the ass. That's what you expect all these people that you're stealing the election from, all the Americans that voted. You're expecting all of us to do it as well. And you know what? Fuck you. My ass is exit only. But anyway, look at the title here. Watch. Trump's director of Election Day operation tweets video of Philly volunteers busted handling absentee ballots in counting center basement. That should raise some major red flags about legitimacy. President Donald Trump's director of Election Day operations shared an alarming video on Friday of Philadelphia volunteers handling absentee ballots in the basement of the counting center. When confronted about their bizarre actions, the woman claimed she was just a volunteer and doesn't know the name of the supervisor. Okay, I mean, seriously, like, watch this here.
Oh my God. Hi. Hey, so you with the elections? You're the Bureau of Elections, right?
Well, I'm just a volunteer.
We're just wondering okay, I understand you're a volunteer and you're just doing your job. What's all these? Are these mail-in ballots or what's these coming in?
What are these? These are my in tape here?
What's that?
Am I in tape as well?
Yeah, because we're wondering why are ballots being handled down here and not up there with the elections? So we're curious about that.
Okay, yeah, the gentleman who's in charge of this, I think, should be right back down.
What's his name?
Gosh, what is his name? Do you know his name?
Are you volunteer or employee?
I'm a poll watcher.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I'm a poll.
supervisor will be back here.
So what's his name?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's volunteer.
And you're a volunteer? What kind of volunteer are you? With the elections?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just curious.
No, here's the thing. They're volunteers. They're working under this guy and they don't know his name. The first one, okay, maybe. The second one, I'm not buying that. They sit here, they're messing with ballots. We don't know what's going on down there. And we're supposed to expect legitimacy out of this election when it comes to Philly and Pennsylvania. They find all these votes, there's like clerical errors, all this other stupid shit, like all these votes that were for a Republican candidate went to a Democrat candidate. Once they were caught on that, it was an error, oops. And all these votes that went for the Democrat that actually were the Republican went to the Republican and he won. I mean, there's a lot of shady shit going on there. A lot of shady shit. Okay, one or two things maybe, or incompetence, whatever. But the levels of stuff that's going on there, it's deliberately dishonest. The woman refused to explain what they were doing in the basement with the ballots or why the supervisor was not present. Yes, why would they not want to explain what they're doing? To me, that's something you want to know. You think that unless they're doing something shady, they wouldn't care about having, someone know. And they won't explain why they're in the basement. They have to have been told something on why they're down there doing this. And they're just playing stupid. Sure, okay. Trump's campaign has sued Philadelphia County's Board of Elections after elections officials were intentionally refusing to allow any representatives and poll watchers for President Trump and the Republican Party. Yeah. The campaign is also challenging a ruling in Pennsylvania that would allow votes received up to 3 days after the election to be counted, which, on this note, you have Project Veritas exposing not only in Pennsylvania, but in Michigan, okay? You have the postmasters backdating shit. Seriously. You've had postal workers come out and say, yes, we were told to backdate this shit. exposing and blowing the whistle on this and willing to go on camera for this shit. You know, we're supposed to respect the legitimacy of this fucking election. If you don't, you're just going to have to roll over and take it up the ass because the country needs to heal. You want to get what you want, and you say the country's going to need to heal, so basically we get raped, and you just want us to forget about it. Come on now. Not happening. Not fucking happening. You people are ridiculous. I'm not putting up with this shit. I'm not rolling over. We're going to see this through to the end. See, Trump should have pushed things really hard when all the fucking massive voter fraud was exposed with the recount in Detroit. He should have fucking pushed on that shit hard. He should have went after that shit. He shouldn't have fucking, let that go at that point. Because I'll tell you right now, there was a scandal in New Hampshire. I've talked to multiple members of our state legislature, both in the House and Senate. And I asked him how the hell he managed to keep his job with all the shady shit he's been doing for fucking decades. And they're like, yeah, we know. The scandal was really bad in 2016. They flat out even would say he was a fucking Clinton lackey. And they're like, look, we got overruled. There was way too many people wanted to sweep it under the rug because they didn't want to discredit the election process in the state. I'm like, there's no credibility to it when you have shady shit going on. And they're like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I brought it to a poll workers' attention, and I did. 3 kids, no way they were fucking 18, had fake IDs that, I kid you not, a fucking convenience store worker would not have fucking let go by. All right? And a lot of them don't give a shit. A bouncer at a bar would not have let these things pass. But some little old lady went, okay. And I look at them. They're doing same-day voting. And all 3 of them have to look, and I shit you not at this. They had to look at their IDs to figure out where the fuck they live. I'm sorry, but I don't need to look at my license to know my fucking home address. And all 3 of them did it. And I brought it to the attention to the poll worker. They said, how do you know that they're not legit? I said, well, they're filling out the forms and all that to get a same-day ballot. All of them are looking at their licenses for their addresses, and they're not doing it discreetly. On top of this, none of them look like they're 18 years or older. And I got looked at like I was a fucking whack job. And I'm witnessing this shit. And I brought it up with them, and they're like, yeah, we know there was a problem with that. Not only that, the Diebold the optical scanning machines, most of them are Diebold. The totals didn't jive up with the ballots, but we didn't even necessarily have an accurate ballot count because he won't count the ballots. I brought that up with them. I said, the state requires that all paper ballots be counted, correct? He's like, and they've all been like, yeah. All 5 of them. And I was like, he doesn't do it, correct? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, how'd you know that? I'm like, well, because I've paid attention to this for years. I said, he certifies on the optical scanning machines, right? Like, most of them Diebold? Like, yeah. I'm like, a Clinton family stooge who had the contract, the CEO of the company that had the contract with those, convicted felon, right? They're like, yeah. I'm like, he used to change memory cards out in the middle of elections, right? Yeah. The Secretary of State defended him on that, right? Yeah. I said, how did he stay? They were like, the scandal was so big, they didn't want to destroy the credibility of elections in the state. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, look, man, we were outnumbered. They're like, we're in the same boat as you. We think this is complete horseshit. And I know they weren't blowing smoke up my ass. I've dealt with these people, a couple of them. Some of them I've met in passing and had these conversations with. Others I've dealt with multiple times. So, living in New Hampshire and the shit that went on in 2016, do I trust this election here in New Hampshire now? No. Not when a bedroom community like Sandown, New Hampshire, who has mass holes up the fucking wazoo, who like to vote the same fucking shit, overwhelmingly went to Trump. The only places that could turn things around here, which have been really fucking shady, would be like Manchester, New Hampshire. There has been fucking ballot fucking issues there multiple fucking times. Okay? Democrat-run shithole fucking city in New Hampshire. Nashua, New Hampshire. Democrat-run shithole city in New Hampshire. Same issues there. I don't trust New Hampshire's ballots. Why the fuck would I? All right? When I'm speaking to people in the fucking state legislature said, yeah, this shit's going on. Why would I trust Pennsylvania? Why would I trust Kenny? When they're pulling ballots out of their ass and, you know, out of thin air, out of wormholes and shit, just mysteriously fucking appearing. And they're all for Joe fucking Biden without one for Trump, one vote for Trump, which is statistically and realistically impossible. I wonder, why would I do that? Anyway, the article I uploaded before this one, or at least that's the plan. If you go and you check my videos, you'll see it. I actually talk about how Kenny's telling him to Trump to put on his big boy pants when there's this type of shit going on. When you have a poll worker or two poll workers down in the basement doing shady shit, or what appears to be shady shit, whether they know it's shady or not. Because nothing can be going on down there that's legit, okay, out of the view of observers. I'm sorry. There's nothing that can be legit there. Whether they know what they're doing is shady or not, that's a different story. The same with whether they care or not. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm leaving things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.